Hey everybody, this is your host, the Platinum Knight, here with another Double First Impressions video, and today's Double First Impressions is Captain America Brave New World and The Monkey. Starting with Captain America Brave New World. Originally, I really wasn't planning on seeing this movie. I thought that it looked uninteresting, and I do admit that I kinda had a little bit of comic book movie fatigue. But to summarize, things change, and me and my family ended up watching this movie in the theaters, and we ended up having a really good time. Especially eating at Buffalo Wild Wings afterwards. It's definitely not as bad as everybody made it out to be, especially on social media. I don't think this is a terrible movie. Yes, I do admit the plot can be a little bit confusing at times, but overall, though, it really wasn't that hard to understand, though. I mean, I ended up getting the plot, but no, I didn't think this movie was really all that bad. I think what it really is I think people are just getting tired of comic book movies, regardless if they're good, bad, or okay. As I am recording this video, it is currently August 2025, and if you look at the other comic book movies that has came out this year, none of them so far has made over $1 billion. At the very most, it's at least, maybe 700 million? Yeah, somewhere over that line. Even movies like Superman didn't even cross 800 million. Regardless of the reason why Captain America Brave New World didn't do the best at the box office, I am going to critique this film objectively. The movie starts with years later after Avengers Endgame. Steve Rogers is no longer around. Captain America is retired. Now we have a new Captain America, aka the Falcon, aka Sam Wilson. Now the very first thing I should give this movie high praise for is Anthony Mackie's performance is amazing. He is incredible as the new Captain America. What a phenomenal actor. I honestly didn't see a problem passing the torch, getting a new Captain America, and having Sam Wilson replace Steve Rogers. Harrison Ford also does a really good job playing as President Ross, formerly known as General Ross from The Incredible Hulk. Yes, this Incredible Hulk, the one with Edward Norton. Danny Ramirez also does a really good job being Captain America's sidekick. Mr. Esposito also does a great job being as a villain, as always, just like in Breaking Bad and Far Cry 6. Point being, the acting is really well done. As I've said before, I can kinda understand why some people would find the story to be a little bit complex and confusing, but if you really think about it though, it's really not that bad. I mean, to basically sum it up without spoiling it, it is pretty much one big giant revenge plot. This movie actually has some really good decent action scenes. The action scenes may not be anything special, but they're still entertaining. Bottom line, I like Captain America Brave New World. It's not my most favorite Marvel movie, in fact far from it. This movie is just okay. It's fine, you know? It's not bad, it's not great, and I can even understand why some people may like to say that it's not good, but at the very most, even for those of you that don't want to admit it or try to deny it, this film is okay. It's at least mid or average. Okay, the biggest question is, would I recommend this this movie? Well, the problem with me recommending this film is it really all depends who you are. Here's the way I look at it. If you're the type of person that's just super worn on comic book movies, and your comic book movie fatigue is extremely high, then I don't recommend you watch this movie. And for those of you who want to know, does this movie in fact connect to Avengers Doomsday? And the one and only answer is no. You do not have to see Captain America Brave New World to get pieces of the story that leads to the next Avengers film. Even with that being said, the only thing I can think of, or at least a reason to watch this movie, is if you are a fan of Marvel, or you have zero comic book fatigue and you still love comic book movies, then of course you're gonna like it, and I'm pretty sure some of you have already seen this film. Okay, real quick, I think another reason why Captain America Brave New World didn't do too well at the box office is because of Anthony Mackie's comment that Captain America does not represent America. And to be fair, I understand why a lot of people did not like that. I have no idea what Anthony Mackie was thinking when he said that, nor do I even understand what he was trying to say, but it wasn't a good look. It was definitely really bad PR for this film. Although Anthony Mackie did eventually apologize for his Captain America comment, but the damage was already done. Hopefully he learns his lesson and he never ever says anything like that again. Even with the backlash to this film, I will always defend Anthony Mackie for being a great actor and super talented. Like I said, me and my family had a blast with this film, and it definitely helped me take my mind off of things for a while. Like with any Marvel film, this movie does in fact have both a post and an ending credits scene, so for those of you who decide to watch it, then feel free to stay tuned for that. Captain America Brave New World may be a mixed bag, but it is one of those mixed bags that is not a complete waste of time. Like I said, I liked it, and hopefully some of you guys do too. The next movie I'm going to talk about is The Monkey, based on a short story by the one and only Stephen King. Now here's a very interesting story about this movie. For those of you who have been subscribed to me for a while, you guys know that I do sometimes often go to early screening events. Here's the thing though, both my uncle and my friend Andy actually managed to secure tickets to go to an early screening for Monkey. Unfortunately, they were not able to get me a ticket, so and that's okay, you know? Like I've said before, I can't go to every single early screening, but here's the thing though. When my uncle and my friend Andy went to the screening, they didn't even know what it was. So this was actually a surprise early screening, and it just so happened to turn out to be The Monkey. After they got done seeing the movie, they loved it. They really enjoyed it. So much so that they ended up taking me to go see The Monkey because of how good they thought it was. Naturally, this actually got me a little bit hyped, and after I saw it in the theaters, I also really enjoyed it. It's a really good independent horror movie, everybody. I liked it. I thought that it was really funny. Think of Annabelle. It is one of those horror cursed object type of movies. But instead of a doll or a puzzle piece, it is a toy monkey. A ghoulish looking toy monkey. But instead of playing those two metal plates together, it actually plays little drums. It is really creepy. And every time time the toy monkey plays its drums, that's when crazy, funny, outrageous deaths end up happening. This movie also reminds me a little bit of Final Destination, which is really ironic because a new Final Destination movie actually released this year, which I will talk about some other day. But yeah, everybody, I really did enjoy The Monkey. It is definitely a fun, funny, comedic B-movie. And for those of you who end up watching it, then I'm pretty sure you'll have a good time yourself. Yeah, just don't take it seriously, okay? Again, it is supposed to be absolutely ridiculous, and a lot of the kills were really creative. Some kills were so outrageous and hilarious that I honestly ended up busting out laughing. Bottom line, I highly recommend you check out The Monkey, especially if you are a big horror fan. It is definitely made for laughs and for you to have a bloody good time. Alright everybody, that's it for this double first impressions video. That's it for my double first impressions on both Captain America Brave New World and The Monkey. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, then please be sure to give me a thumbs up and subscribe. Hit that notification bell for new videos. This has been your host, The Platinum Knight, and peace out everybody. You have yourselves a good one.